This video works through an example about how to use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is this big formula here. It's always given to you on your formula sheets in Math 20 and Math 30. However, you need to know that the quadratic formula is just a way to determine where graphs or quadratic graphs cross the x-axis, basically where their solutions are. This can be used if you don't want to factor the quadratic to find the solutions, or if the quadratic itself is not factorable, then we have to use this quadratic formula. So we're going to do an example of this with this equation this quadratic equation over here. Big thing you need to know, the leading coefficient in front of the x squared is a, this guy is b, and this guy is c. So a is a positive 5, b is a negative 7, c is a negative 1. It's important that you realize the signs do go with it. Now we're going to use this equation to actually work through this problem. So this means x equals, if I look, I'm supposed to put in negative b. Well, that means it's negative 7, because b was negative 7. Plus or minus, now we've got this radical sign, b squared, so that's negative 7 squared. These brackets are absolutely critical for you to include. And then minus 4 times a, which is 5, and then times c, which is negative 1. And that whole thing is over 2 times the a value, so 2 times 5. Now we just got to start using our order of operations to simplify this equation. Well, right at the beginning, a negative 7 is just a positive 7. Plus or minus, now the radical staying, negative 7 squared is a positive 49. And now if I say negative 4 times 5 times negative 1, that gets me a positive 20. So that radical simplifies to 49 plus 20. And this is all over 2 times 5, which is 10. The next step is to simplify what's underneath that radical, remembering that this stuff here is called the discriminant. This lets us know if there's 2 roots, if the discriminant's positive, no roots if the discriminant is negative, or just 1 root if it's 0. So if we look, 49 plus 20 is simply 69. So this becomes the square root of 69, all over 10. Now what you have to determine now to simplify this technically is telling us that I do have 2 answers. One at 7 plus the square root of 69 over 10, and one at 7 minus the square root of 69 over 10. What you have to always consider is, can I simplify root 69? Does it break up into a mixed radical? In this case it doesn't. So simply now, my 2 x-intercepts are 7 plus the square root of 69 over 10, and also 7 minus the square root of 69 over 10. These are considered exact values, and these are important for us to know how to find in math. We could always find the decimal approximations to these by simply putting them into our calculator. The decimal approximation for this guy is 1.53 approximately. So if you want to check if you could do it in your calculator, it's 1.53. And this guy, the decimal approximation, is negative 0.13. Exact values are kind of where we want to be. Decimal approximations are good just to get your head wrapped around exactly where this point sits on the x-axis.